What is going on, guys? It is April 30th, 8:30 a.m. right now, making breakfast, did fasting cardio this morning, read the Bible, all that good shit. This will be the 14th video out of 30 in a row that I'm doing daily YouTube videos. Only reason I said 30 is just so I have a little bit of an end goal, because if I were to set like a goal of doing it for a year straight right off the bat, it's a lot easier to mess up and take days off stuff. So we're doing 30 days, and then I'll probably do it another 30 until we get to a year, man. But man, dude, isn't it a beautiful day to wake up and get shit fucking done? You know, every day we wake up, we are given the opportunity to either try to avoid struggle and seek out comfort, or to face struggle and overcome that shit and become better and grow and achieve our fucking goals. I mean, if you woke up healthy today, you have an opportunity to do anything you set your mind to. The only thing ever holding you back is this: it's your mind. Those doubts in your head telling you won't be able to do it, or that you'll fail, or that it's not worth it. I'm telling you, just starting and trying to make yourself better and setting goals is always fucking worth it. That is what kind of life are you living where you're not trying to grow and get better and just staying the same for the rest of your life and living this Groundhog Day for the rest of your life? You have so much potential. So much potential. I always say everybody has a millionaire inside of them, all right? And whether that millionaire means getting abs, or getting a car you want, whatever that millionaire is for you, you have the capability inside of you of making that shit happen. But it is just about taking action, stop looking for comfort and avoiding comfort and seeking out the struggle that's gonna get you there, and fucking facing that shit head on and overcoming it. And sure, you might fail a couple times, it's bound to happen, but don't let that failure hold you back. Look at that failure as a lesson. You have to learn to extract lessons from the failure so that you can grow and get better for the next attempt. That way, the next time you have a less likely chance of failing. And you might even fail again. Get a lesson from that one and use it. Use the regret and those emotions that are negative that you feel from failing to push you to go even harder. Use that regret of wasted time to push you to perfection every other day so you don't waste another moment. Because whenever you have something that you deeply regret, you come to this vast realization of how precious time is. Because it truly is the most valuable thing that we have today. You don't want years and years to go by before you realize, shit, I wish I would have done more. I wish I would have actually made something of my life and done something with it. Because at the end of the day, we all have goals. We all do. Some people try to lie and say they don't. They try to lie to themselves. Whenever they set their head down on the pillow at night, they're dreaming of something better in their life. Whether it's more money, building a business where they can be their own boss, having a better physique, whatever it is, they have a goal in mind, taking their family on vacation. Who knows, whatever your goal is, you can make that shit happen. It's just a matter of whether you're gonna leave that dream on the pillow and daydreaming about it during the day while you're at your job and you hate your fucking life and wishing that it could become a reality, or if you're gonna face the struggle and make that shit happen, because it's possible. You can. It might suck. It most definitely will suck, actually. You're gonna have to go through struggle, like I always say, to get there. It's gonna suck, it's not gonna be fun. There's gonna be times where you doubt yourself and you tell yourself, maybe I don't wanna make this happen, maybe it's not worth it, but it is. That's your mind playing tricks on you to try to get out of the struggle and seek out comfort. But you gotta face that shit head on. You gotta be aware of the fact that your mind's gonna try to talk you out of it, and stay on the course. Stay on the course to greatness. Overcome that struggle. Because once you overcome it and that goal comes to fruition and it becomes real, you're gonna be able to look back at those times that you thought about quitting, that you doubted yourself, and be like, damn, dude, I can't believe I overcame that shit. And that is gonna give you what you need to be even more successful in the future, because now you have overcame that shit once and you know you can do it again. But you can't make that shit happen if you keep on staying the same. Nothing can change if nothing changes. It all begins with the death of the old you, the death of the old habits, the death of the old friends that are holding you back. And with death comes life. A new version of you will be given life. A you that can overcome his challenges, a new you that faces struggle and adversity and overcomes that shit rather than hiding from it, a new you that takes extreme accountability and doesn't make excuses for why he didn't get shit done, and instead he takes that accountability, he learns from his fuck up, and he gets better and overcomes future challenges. It's just sad, man, because so many people waste this opportunity that we are given every single fucking day. The opportunity to make the choices to become better, they waste it. And then they look back after 10, 15 years, they're like, shit, I wish I would have used that time better. And it's all because they're afraid of getting uncomfortable. They're afraid of facing the struggle. And they tell themselves these stupid little lies and make these little excuses in their head as to why it's not worth it or why they shouldn't do it or why they can't do it. On the other side of struggle is a version of yourself that's capable of doing anything he sets his fucking mind to. And that is what today is about. It doesn't matter what yesterday was like. It doesn't matter what last week or the last year was like. It doesn't matter if you were seeking out comfort those days. Today is your day. The opportunity to make that change and become that better version of yourself. It's about what you do today. The past is the past, but right now is now. It's the time to take action. It's time to start making those changes and get the fuck after it. But in today's video, guys, we're gonna be going over a full back day, and we are gonna be talking about what masculinity really is, because there are a lot of misconceptions as to what masculinity is. And a big reason behind why there's so many misconceptions and confusion about what masculinity is mostly because there's a lot of red pill masculinity type guys on social media, and they don't post, obviously, their full conversations and podcasts and stuff. They post these little clips of them saying more outrageous, more extreme takes to get people's attention. And what happens is a lot of these kids don't go and watch the full thing and can then get the full idea of what the person is actually talking about. So they're just left with this little extreme thought. And so then they take that and think that's what masculinity is. Whereas if they actually took the time to go watch the full podcast or whatever that clip is from, they'd have an understanding of what that person actually meant, rather than just that extreme take that was just used to get your attention. But we're gonna be going over that today because I think it's something that every young man needs to hear, man, because we live in a society today where I think they are trying to steer us away from masculinity. I have my own theories as to why, right? It might be a little tinfoil hat action for you, but I think we have a government that doesn't want extremely masculine men, because masculine men are more likely to fight back against wrongdoings and shit like that. But that's my own theory. So we are gonna be going over that today so that you can become a better man and you can start to grow as a man and become the best version of yourself. But I am gonna finish up cooking breakfast here, and then we're gonna get on with the fucking day, baby. Let's go. So something that I wanted to touch on real quick before I eat this delicious fucking bagel is something that I've been doing for a couple years now that I kind of forget about because it's just so second nature to me, and that is eating clean food. And don't get me wrong, I'm not some hippy dippy granola muncher type guy. Well, I kind of am a little bit. And it's kind of funny whenever I go into those like granola cruncher type hippie grocery stores to get the all natural shit, because like I'm this bigger like bodybuilder type dude, and there's a lot of soy boy skinny liberal type dudes, and like they give me the weirdest looks, and it's just a weird dynamic. And I'm not saying you need to eat the grass-fed beef and the free range eggs and stuff, even though I do, and I think it does make a bit of a difference. But what I am saying is eat clean foods. Eat food that you cook. Stop going to get fast food. Quit eating the processed sugar and all of that. And I know that the science and all that is kind of contradicting as to whether, you know, it makes that big of a difference or anything. But I'm telling you right now, the moment that you stop eating that shit and you just eat clean foods for like a month straight, you will feel so much better and so much different that you won't want to eat that food anymore. And then you'll go to, because you'll have like, you know, we all have little moments of weakness where we want some fucking crumble cookie or some chips or something. You'll go to eat that shit and it'll fuck your shit up. It'll fuck your stomach up. You're going to feel like shit mentally. And you'll be like, okay, yep, that's why we stopped doing that, and go right back on plan. You're going to be excited to eat clean foods again because you know how much better you feel on it. Because not a lot of people are aware that your gut microbiome is directly correlated to your mental health. So I don't know about you guys, whenever I eat foods like that, or I'm eating shitty foods in general and my gut's all fucked up, I'm bloated, I'm constipated, whatever the issue is, mentally I feel like shit. I'm irritable. I just feel like down. I don't feel like doing anything. I just feel awful. But whenever my gut is, you know, flowing, it's going good, I'm having, you know, decent shits throughout the day, I'm not bloated, any of that stuff, I feel light on my feet, I feel happy, I feel good. Eating clean foods, and then I also take a probiotic every morning, and then I drink 1.5 gallons of water each day, which if you're not tracking your water, I promise you, you're probably not, because it is a lot of water. You have to be like consciously drinking water all throughout the day. Like I have to plan out how much water I drink by certain times during the day to hit that amount. But all of these things are gonna affect how much you shit during the day too, which a lot of people don't realize whenever they're bulking, that they can't eat enough food because they aren't shitting as often as they should be, so they don't have as much room in their stomach as they should. And one of the number one things that I change for clients' meal plans is increasing their water intake. They'll be drinking like 0.5 gallon, 0.75 gallons, and I'll bump them up to like 1.25 gallons, and all of a sudden they're shitting like 3-4 times a day. Solid shits, not diarrhea, anything like that. And they feel 10 times better, and they can eat way more food. And then probiotics make a huge difference as well. I'll implement those into people's plans, and they're like, wow, my gut feels so much better. I'm not bloated anymore. I'm taking decent shits during the day. My metabolism feels good. Mentally, I feel great. Like I said, you don't have to do that shit, but you're gonna feel a lot better if you do. And it's something that really changed my life, because I used to love eating fast food all the time. I used to, especially on my bulks, I used to get Chick-fil-A like once or twice a day and all this other shit. But now I know that in the long run, in the short term, that Chick-fil-A or whatever might have helped me hit my calories for the day. So it gave me that short-term gratification of getting my calories in, but in the long run, it was making it harder to get my food in the other days. So then I would eat more of the Chick-fil-A to try to hit it because I wasn't hungry enough to get my other meals in. If I would have sucked it up for a couple weeks, ate clean foods for those weeks, took my probiotic, fixed my gut health, then it would have been a lot easier to get the clean foods in and hit my calories without needing it. So I highly recommend trying it out for at least a month, 2 months, see how you feel. And I promise you, and I say see how you feel, but I already know you're gonna feel 10 times better. So definitely recommend giving it a try. All right guys, so something small that I used to always put off, but I have been, doing really good at doing all the time now is putting my laundry away right whenever it gets done. And I know a lot of you fuckers don't do that. And along with that, making my bed in the morning, I went a long time without doing that and just stayed a mess all day. But recently I've been making it every morning. Now you might ask yourself, Seth, why is it important to do this? Because like we talk about, discipline in the small things is what's going to yield big results. So doing little things like this, sure, it might not change your life, but it's gonna start to help you build that little bit of discipline that you need to apply to the bigger things in life that will lead to big success. But the thing you need to remember is once you start having that big success, don't stop doing the little things, the things that built that foundation of mental toughness and discipline, because then it will start to fade off. Because here's the thing with mental toughness and discipline, they're perishable. They will fade. The second that you start letting that little bit of complacency, that little bit of comfort seep into your life, it's gonna start moving into the other parts of your life. So you stop putting your laundry away, stop making your bed. Okay, now you're having a cheat meal once a week, and then it's moving into 2 cheat meals a week, and then all of a sudden you're fat. And you wonder how you got there. Well, you stopped making your fucking bed, man. That's how you got there. It's the little things that add up over time. And like I always say, it's all about finding the little things in your life that you don't really want to do, but you know you need to do, and just fucking doing them. That's how you start to build that foundation of mental toughness and discipline. And another thing I want to touch on is a lot of people think because they're mentally tough or disciplined at one point in their life that they're a mentally tough person or a disciplined person now, which is just not true. Because the thing with mental toughness and discipline is they take a long time to build, but a very, very short time. One mistake can lead to them completely disappearing from your life. And you need to be aware of that. That's why you need to be on top of your shit and always staying disciplined in the small things, because that one small moment of weakness can start to seep into all the other aspects of your life. Snoozing your alarm and sleeping in one morning can lead to you later in that day not getting all your meals in a growing phase, and then experiencing even more comfort from that, and then the next day doing the same thing, and next thing you know, you're completely off track. And you need to continuously find new struggles to face and new ways to grow your mental toughness and your discipline, because eventually things like doing your laundry, making your bed, they become habits. They aren't tough anymore. So you've kind of sucked all the mental toughness and discipline out of them that you can. And that's whenever your mental toughness and your discipline will start to kind of diminish and go down. So you need to find a new thing to do that will grow them. So make your fucking bed and fold your damn laundry. All right guys, so I know I said I was gonna record the back day, but you know what? I didn't really feel like going to the gym, to be honest with you, to begin with. Fuck. What was I saying? Yeah, I didn't really feel like going. It was just like yesterday, I kind of felt like taking a nap before and stuff. Said fuck that, got up, went. But as soon as I got there, I was super fucking locked in. Had a really great, what is it? I had a good mental, and I was okay, I know the word. I was extremely focused in the gym. My mind was just fully on the gym, and I didn't want to ruin that connection with trying to record and stuff. I just wanted to, really, oh my God, a squirrel.
He does have a big nut in his mouth.
That was a big ass motherfucker. But yeah, I didn't want to ruin it by trying to record and shit. And back's already a weak point for me, so I didn't want to take away from that moment. I wanted to live in the moment a little bit, enjoy back. We tore that shit up though. But right now we're heading over to the grocery store because this guy, he's starting his first bulk. Well, not first, after several attempts later, he's starting again. Yeah. Getting back to it. Gonna get him big. And yeah. So now we're going to the grocery store. All right. Oh, and I got to stop at the bank because I got to send my guy some money, if you know what I mean, for my supplies. All right, toodaloo. All right, guys, what is going on? It's about 10 o'clock at night right now, cooking my beef for my last meal. And I think, and a big problem a lot of guys run into, I think, is like if it's 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, whatever, and they have their last meal, it's beef or chicken or something, they don't have it cooked, then they just won't eat it and they'll eat some other bullshit. It takes 10, 15 fucking minutes, throw this together, cook it up, and eat it. All you have to do is be mentally tough for that short period of time to cook the fucking food. You know you're supposed to cook. You know you're supposed to do it. It doesn't take that much fucking effort. It's not that difficult. And like I always say, what happens whenever you have mental toughness and little things like this? Carries over into everything fucking else. So I guarantee you, if one night you don't cook the beef because you're tired, it's gonna lead to a whole bunch of other bullshit that you end up not doing for whatever little dumbass excuse you make up. So I'm cooking this up, gonna eat it, and then after this, you're gonna see me going over the masculinity stuff because I'm doing that tomorrow. I was gonna film it now, but the energy's kind of low, and during those kind of talks, they're usually kind of long, so I like to have a little bit more energy for them. So I'm gonna record that tomorrow, then edit this video and post it tomorrow. And then tomorrow's video that I'll be recording, I'm going to be doing, I think something more fitness, bodybuilding related. I need to get some kind of schedule down for the content I'm posting because I want a good balance of fitness, bodybuilding stuff, and also of the more mental, spiritual side of things as well. Because I want to help you guys get better and grow in all aspects of your life. And bodybuilding and fitness is a huge part of that, but there's also so much more. So I want to cover all of it, but I want to keep it even and all that good stuff. So I think tomorrow's video is going to be on tips for like growing muscle. Oh, that's what I'll do. I'll do the growing phase one because I didn't do that in the last video. So we'll do that tomorrow, how to pack on muscle. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Cooking this beef up, then I'm gonna knock out, man. I'm tired. A lot of people, whenever they're tired, then they'll, smoke some weed and it wakes them up and they stay up later. Or they'll, watch some Netflix even though they're tired or something. Just go to fucking bed, man. Like, you wonder why you struggle to wake up in the morning or why you're groggy and shit. Because you don't go to bed when you're tired. You stay up occupying your mind with random bullshit. Just go to sleep. Go to sleep. Get quality sleep. Wake up early. And start your day. But yeah, gonna eat this and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. All right, so what is masculinity and what is not masculinity? People today have a big misunderstanding of what masculinity actually is. And that's because a lot of times today, there are guys that they present externally as a masculine man. Maybe a guy that's a big bodybuilder type dude, a guy that has tattoos, a guy that looks more rugged, maybe he was in the military, something like that. But internally, he is feminine. We'll get into that in a little bit. And there's also a lot of traits that seem masculine, but are actually feminine. And a great example of this is aggression, right? That can be a more masculine trait, but if the aggression is controlling you and you can't control it, it is now feminine, because masculinity is not acting on your emotions. It's setting them aside and being able to view things objectively without emotion, and then deciding if that emotion is valid because of the circumstance or situation, and then acting on it and possibly even using the emotion to fuel them. Because don't get me wrong, emotions can be great. They can be kind of like a superpower. That anger, that sadness, whatever it is, can be your fuel to push you and drive you to do things that you normally wouldn't be able to do or normally wouldn't do. And a masculine man understands this, so he doesn't act on the emotions in the moment. He uses them for something positive and productive. All right, guys, I am back. I know I had a little outfit change. The dog had to go out for a walk, so I had to pause the video real quick, take him out, get some of that energy out. But before we get started again, we're putting in some of the best flavors in cinnamon. And I don't know if you guys have noticed it all these last couple of videos. I've been having to cut a lot in between like sentences and stuff. My Ritalin dose got upped a couple days ago, and it has been a hell of a time trying to think and form sentences. Because if you have ADHD, for example, or no, let's say if you don't have ADHD and you take ADHD medication, it's gonna speed you up and feel like, you're on like crack or a stim. But whenever you have ADHD, what it does is it actually kind of slows you down and allows you to stick to one thought and not get so sidetracked. But I went from 20 to 30 milligrams and it slowed me down too much, and I feel fucking retarded. It's like hard for me to form sentences and to even think in general. So needless to say, I just got bumped back down to 20 because this is just awful. I feel like so weird and like a zombie. Because usually I'm the kind of person with a lot of creative thoughts during the day, thinking all day, writing stuff down in my notes, coming up with video ideas, stuff to talk about, stuff like that. And now it's like I'm just a zombie, pretty much. So not a big fan of that. So in today's society, a lot of people seem to think that a masculine guy is that loud, obnoxious, cocky, asshole douchebag type guy, you know? You can kind of think of that, you know, high school football player douchebag in movies and stuff like that. But the reality of the situation is that is actually an extremely insecure, feminine guy that is trying to portray masculine traits outwards to try to cover up the fact that he is indeed feminine inside. Because a masculine man, on the contrary, does not hide from his insecurities, right? We can't say he's not insecure because everybody's insecure, everybody has insecurities. But a masculine man faces his insecurities, confronts them, and is aware of them so that he doesn't act on them and treat others differently because of them, like that first guy. A masculine man is also truly confident, not just trying to portray confidence outwards. So he's not a loud, obnoxious, cocky, douchebag type guy, because he doesn't need to be, because his confidence is displayed through his actions, and he doesn't feel the need to try to convince others that he is through being that loud, cocky type guy. But you see, to the untrained eye, that first guy's traits might seem masculine. You know, him being an asshole and a loud type guy, always stating his opinion, kind of being a dick to other people, might come off as a guy that doesn't care what other people think, which is masculine. But the reality is, he wouldn't feel the need to put out negative energy out into the world for no reason whatsoever if he didn't care what other people thought of him. Because that is feminine. A masculine man is always trying to level other people up. Sometimes he might come off as an asshole and have to say things that people don't like to hear, but it's always for that other person's best interest to try to make them better. And like we said, that first guy is loud and overly cocky, trying to seem like he is confident on the outside. But the reality is, if you're truly confident, you don't feel the need to be loud and try to be overly cocky to try to get other people to perceive you as confident, because your actions show your confidence. And a masculine man is actually quite the opposite. Usually he is quiet, calm, cool, collected. So what we know masculinity is not, is it's not loud, it's not insecure, it doesn't allow its emotions to control its actions and thoughts, and a masculine man always tries to take accountability for his actions and find ways to improve himself. He doesn't allow his ego to control him. He's not selfish. He is not fragile and weak. He doesn't have a fragile and weak ego that gets hurt easily because he's confident in himself. He's not a follower. A good example of this would be like guys that follow TikTok trends despite their morals and values, knowing what they're doing is wrong. See this all the time. They follow the trends and what other people are doing, even though they know that it's wrong and it's not okay. Like gear edits is a great example, because they're doing it out of ego. They're trying to boost their ego by gaining followers, likes, and stuff like that, and for monetary value, gaining more money. Oftentimes, a feminine man will come off as masculine externally, but inwards, he is feminine, like we said earlier. A lot of guys that are trying super hard to seem masculine on the outside are doing that because they're feminine on the outside, and they know that deep down subconsciously, so they're trying to put extra effort in to showing everybody else that they are not. So what is masculinity then? A masculine man is cool, calm, and collected, right? He doesn't act on his emotions, or he doesn't act rash in the moment. He takes time to think about things and think thoroughly through his actions. A masculine man is truly confident in himself. He derives his confidence from within, knowing that he's capable of doing anything that he sets his mind to. And knowing that he's capable of doing that makes him confident. He doesn't need to prove himself to others because he knows what he's capable of inside. A masculine man does not have emotions. It's just that he is aware of his emotions and not controlled by them. Whenever he feels an emotion, he takes the time to assess the emotion, figure out where it's derived from. Is it derived from a valid reason, like maybe something that goes against his morals and values, or is it derived from an insecurity or something he needs to work on internally and fix himself? And if the emotion is a valid emotion, you know, something that goes against his morals and values that makes him mad, he'll take those emotions and use them to be productive. Emotions can kind of be like superpowers, right? Let's say you're mad or upset because a girl just broke up with you. If you take those emotions and you put them into working your fucking ass off and working harder than you ever have in your life before, then you're gonna end up making more money and being more successful, turning that once negative emotion into a positive now. Masculine men have extreme accountability. In every situation, they find a way to hold themselves accountable and find a way to grow from that situation and become better for the next time. Masculine Masculine men are self-aware. They're aware of their insecurities, their weaknesses, and their shortcomings, because without being aware of those things, you can't fix them. And this goes right along with the next one, confidence. You can't be confident without being self-aware, because if you're trying to hide from your insecurities and shortcomings and all of that good stuff, then they're going to get buried deep down and be deeply rooted insecurities that you're trying to hide from and aren't there, which is going to come out as actions that are negative or treating people poorly and stuff like that. A great example of this would be, let's say you have a friend that has tried to lose weight in the past but failed over and over again, and you're trying to lose weight and you're successfully doing it, and your friend is now getting mad at you for not wanting to go out for dinner, saying you're taking things too seriously and stuff like that. That is him hiding from his insecurities of his own shortcomings and taking it out on you because he is not self-aware. A masculine man has confidence, he's humble, and practices humility. He has the confidence of knowing what he's capable of achieving, and that he can do anything he sets his mind to. And he also has the confidence in knowing what he knows and what he doesn't know. A masculine man knows that he is always a student and can always learn things, but also isn't going to allow people to walk on him whenever he knows he is right about something. A masculine man is selfless. He puts others before him because he wants to provide and protect others and be a leader, but he's going to be selfish sometimes in order to be selfless. A good example of this might be a guy that is not spending as much time with his wife or his girlfriend because he's working on a side business. That's going to be selfish. She might get mad at him sometimes, but he's doing it so that he can be selfless in the future and provide a better life for his family or girlfriend or whoever. A masculine man is a provider, protector, and a leader. A masculine man wants to be a good role model. A masculine man wants to be a good role model for others. He wants to help bring other people up and elevate through his own actions. So he pushes himself to his fullest extent and tries to be the best version of himself in order to try and show others what they're capable of as well. And he tries to help others along the way too as best he can, because he likes providing to them, he likes providing that help to them. He likes providing knowledge to them and trying to help them grow. He's a protector. He protects people in his care, his family, his friends. He protects their mental health as well. If somebody's coming at them and bullying them, he'll come right back at them to try to protect people's mental health that he cares about. And he's going to be a great leader. He's not going to try to be a leader. He's just going to naturally be a leader because of all these other traits that go into a masculine man. People naturally want to follow a guy like that. A masculine man is going to be stable. This is oftentimes why masculine men have routines, because they are the rock that people cling on to, because they know that this person is stable. No matter what kind of chaos life throws at me, I can rely on this person to be there, to be that firm foundation for me. You know, life is kind of like a flowing river. A confident masculine man is like a rock in that river, and other people that aren't masculine are kind of like moss that try to cling onto that rock to try to keep themselves from getting, flown down river by the chaos of life. Because he has a stable life, a firm foundation that he is centered around, that's what allows him to be a provider and a leader, because that stability allows him to have less stress in life, so then he can allocate more of his time and energy into providing the other people without it affecting him. And that's whenever a masculine man likes to be a provider, he needs to find balance between helping and providing to others, but also finding the time to be a little bit selfish so that he can keep his foundation firm so he can further provide to others. A masculine man has strong morals and values that he sticks to, things that he's willing to stand up for and fight people against. A masculine man always tries to do what is right and tries to protect the sheep of the world from the wolves of the world that try to take advantage of people that are a bit more naive and not really aware of what's going on around them. You see this in social media all the time. There are people that try to take advantage of other people's fears and insecurities and stuff like that. Like fat loss, for example. These people are like wolves, and masculine men try to debunk them and stuff like that in order to protect these people from buying products and falling into victim mentality and stuff like that, which will stop them from reaching their actual goals. And people sometimes will get mad at a masculine man for doing this because they want their excuses to be validated, or they want to find that shortcut that's going to get them their goals. But the masculine man tells them the hard reality, the hard truth that will actually lead to their success. A masculine man has strong character. He has discipline, work ethic, mental toughness, all of the things that you need in order to be a successful man. A masculine man is capable. He's capable of doing anything that he sets his mind to. And that is also where he derives his confidence from. And a masculine man also wants to see other people grow. That's why he's a great leader. He genuinely wants to provide value to other people's lives so that they can then become the best versions of themselves, because he wants to bring them up to his level. And a masculine man is okay being alone. And that's a huge aspect as to why he's confident and why he's a good leader as well, because he's not going to allow shit into his life, because he knows he's okay being alone. So he's not going to bring people into his life just for the comfort of having people near him. He's only going to bring people that bring value or that are genuinely trying to get better and take the value he provides to them and try to use it. And so you can kind of see how all these traits that make a masculine man masculine kind of feed into each other and allow him to become like the ultimate masculine man, right? But you can also see how sometimes these things that are inherently feminine and not masculine can get twisted around in people's minds as being masculine. But the reality is you need to be able to see the truth. You can kind of figure these things out if you look at people's intentions, and that you never just trust people right off the bat and try to figure out if they have ill intentions. If there's money involved, a lot of times people will have ill intentions, and try to mask them as good intentions and like they're trying to help you. But do not get confused and get tricked into thinking a man that is trying to portray himself to others as masculine but is actually doing negative things is masculine, because that's a feminine guy. A lot of times if you look at the outcome that the person is trying to achieve by their actions, you can tell if they're masculine or feminine. Is what the person is doing inherently good? Is he trying to genuinely help other people and help other people grow? Or is what he's doing for his own ego? Is what he's doing just negative for no reason whatsoever? Well, then that's a feminine guy. And also you have to be aware that sometimes masculine guys might come off as negative, but it's really them just being real and giving people a real hard truth they need to hear so that they can then get better. That is masculinity pretty much summed up. I hope you guys kind of gathered some information with that. Leave any comments with any questions you have, and I'll be making a video at a later date about how to become more masculine. And other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in tomorrow's, where I'm going to be going over some of the keys to grow some big fucking muscles. See you guys.